Internet, what it do? Welcome back to Studio SS. I'm engineer Wolfie Gaines, and here we use mobile tech to keep your music in motion. Now, on our last episode, we took an ordinary sedan, we combined it with our recording gear to create a true rolling audio workstation. A mobile studio. It was raw. Now, if you love what we shove into a car, you're gonna love what we shove into this bag of tricks here. It's a lot of gear that I've trusted and used over many years as a recording artist and a mobile engineer, and I think you guys are gonna find a lot of value out of it yourselves. So if that sounds interesting, sit back, relax, because you're now in the mobile studio.
Alright guys, so I decided to take this show on the road. I'm currently in Tampa, Florida. Got all my gear with me, as you can see. And as soon as I settle down, we'll jump right into this video. But figured I'd go ahead and get into some Juneteenth shenanigans, some barbecues, meet with friends, get a little music done. Why the hell not? Alright, I'll see you guys in a minute.
Alright, we finally made it. We're here, I'm glad, because it's hot out there. Now, before I go ahead and dive into this bag, because that's what we all came here for, right? I wanted to let you guys know I got two different mobile setups that I put in this bag. Yeah, that's right, you're getting a 2-for-1 today, alright? So the first one is my Travel Light, Travel Abroad. It allows me to carry less stuff with a little bit more versatility, just so I can, carry some clothes and essentials and whatnot. And then I have my localized setup from my second one. That's the stuff that you guys will see me, if you ever book my services, that's the one you're gonna see more than likely. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and see what's in here, right? All right, first up is the bag I carry it all in, all right? Now, most of my media buffs are gonna recognize this bad boy as Manfrotto, and they're pretty well known for making high-end camera gear, but this one is an entry-level bag. This is the Adventure 1 camera bag, so it fits one camera, a bunch of lenses, but that's not what we're using it for. When you're using it for audio gear, this thing fits so much more, all right? When pop this zipper open, you see there's a lot of attention to detail. They give you padded dividers so that you can customize your layout, extra pockets. This is removable, and there are pockets all around this thing. And one of my favorite features is this accessory strap. At first I thought that was just another Manfrotto logo, but then I realized that's a tripod, which means they intend for you to put collapsing tripods here in this clip. Now, I do that from time to time, but what I'm more likely to put here are my Audio-Technica AT-2005SBs. All right, I tend to hang these bad boys from the side of my bag. Might be a little bit more precarious than most people are comfortable with, but these are very durable, very resilient, and most of all, inexpensive. All right, so you can go through a couple of pairs of these and not hurt your bank. What I like about these is that they naturally terminate to a 3.5 millimeter cable, but it also comes with a 1/4 inch adapter. I usually leave that inside the interface, just so I know where it's at. But this accessory strap is adjustable and you can use it for so many different things. I love that. And I love how this bag
although entry level and inexpensive, coming in around 50 bucks online if you do your due diligence. There's so much attention to detail, like the stitching on this bad boy. Anybody who's worn a backpack for real knows that once the top of these straps start to go, it's the beginning of the end for any backpack. All right, but these are solid. All right, I've been using this for a few years now. All right, and even to the point where the detail is to the point where, you know, they actually put their logo into the back of the bag, and it crosses over like so. And you got some stabilizer buckles, and these straps are very comfortable, nice and grippy as well. This is all around great bag, and of course there's plenty of space, as you'll see later on, for everything I need. And now if you're looking for this bad boy online, I'll have a link in the description, but it's also called the MA-A115. I know it sounds like something you unlock in Call of Duty, but it's built like a tank. All right, and I think if you get something like this, you are going to be happy with yourself, and your gear is going to love it too. Okay, because this thing is scratch resistant, puncture resistant, weather resistant. I mean, just a solid bag. All right, that's what you need when you're out here in the field. Okay. Now let's talk about what I put in the bag. Starting with the workhorse, my laptop. This is a Toshiba Tecra Z40. All right, pretty standard from their series, but I made sure I got it spec'd out to do everything I needed to do. All right, it's got a 16 gigabyte RAM, 2 terabytes internal hard drive storage, and just to be on the safe side, I put a Western Digital 1 terabyte hard drive here on the outside as well, and a wireless mouse. Hey, so when I'm on the go, I'm not just tapping on the mouse pad. All in all, this is a great startup workstation here. All right, it does everything I need to do as far as video editing and music production, and it's light, it's slim, it goes with me. In the field, I can't ask for too much more. Now, of course, it's gonna take some connectivity. Utilize one of those outside pockets for a power strip, as well as the power adapter for the computer, and those fit in there nicely. Don't even really have to worry about those getting damaged at all. The cables to route them all, I keep a 15-foot male-female XLR cable, a couple of stereo splitter cables, so I can go from the back of the audio interface, USB cables, of course, to connect everything up to everything. Now, this particular bundle, this goes with one of my microphones, which you're about to see in a minute. But we're gonna start small. When I'm really short on space and I'm just trying to set up something quick and easy, I start with the Rode Video Micro. This thing is quality and solid, all right? When I need good sound on the go and it's quick, this is what I usually pop out. I can use the proper necessary cords to connect it to like a cell phone or my camera, and it doesn't require its own phantom power or anything like that. It doesn't take up a lot of space, and it just works really good. That's my first mic. I actually keep 3 in my bag, and they get bigger. All right. The second one, and this is kind of cheating too because it's got its own interface built in. This is the Audio-Technica 2K5 USB. I say 2K5 like I'm playing Madden or something like that. But this is a combo USB XLR microphone. The reason I like this and find it so versatile is because it has its own internal interface. I can plug it straight into a computer or mobile device using the USB port, and it doesn't require its own power. It powers itself, and I can get zero latency monitoring. Again, that 3.5 millimeter headphone jack on the Audio-Technicas coming in handy right there, and I get a volume rocker right here. How cool is that? And on-off switch, of course. This gives me really great sound. I was actually talking on this earlier in the video, so if that gives you any indication of what the sound quality is like, hey, be my guest and grab you one or one similar to it. The third mic, and possibly one of my favorite ones, is the AKG P120. Back in black. This bad boy used to come in blue under the Perception series, a line of microphones back in the day. If I'm gonna give away how old I am, but this mic is solid. This is a definite staple in many recording setups throughout the decades. All right, and mainly because it is solid. All right, this thing's built like a tank, much like everything in my kit, as you're gonna see. This is durable, resilient. It can take a beating. It's meant to survive in the field. Actually, also the microphone featured in the mobile studio. If anybody was paying attention, we didn't label it, but that is definitely the microphone that we featured in the mobile studio. And of course, the microphones wouldn't matter without interfaces, and I've got a couple of those for you. The first one, this is one, the iRig-Pre. This is a single standalone XLR preamp. Basically, you can plug in your headphones up here to listen to yourself. You have a volume dial to set your gain, and you can go from regular power to phantom power, all off of a 9-volt battery. I chose Energizer for that one. And it all terminates to a TRRS 3.5 millimeter jack. Basically, you can plug this into any mobile device. I was featuring that earlier in the video. That's how I was shooting the blog when I started. This is a very, very useful tool out in the field. Again, when you need quick and easy setup and you don't have a lot of space to do it in, yeah, or you're just doing something simple, the iRig-Pre is definitely a good go-to. Now I've got some other interesting little doohickeys here in this little leatherette bag. If I can just get these out. All right. The first one here, this is the Clark Technic mic booster. All right. Basically what this is a standalone dead preamp. You can send phantom power through it into microphones that don't typically use phantom power, like my 2K5 here, and it basically adds up to 25 decibels of clean gain to it if you need it. Of course, obviously, it has the silencer effect on the suppressor effect on the back end of this bad boy. So if I don't need it, I don't necessarily use it, but it is a wonderful thing to have. It's better than carrying around a fat head or a cloud lifter, things like that. Because when you're mobile, you definitely want to save space. And the Clark Technic CT1 is definitely one of those things that can save you some space. My Focusrite Scarlett Solo. This is a handy, reliable tool in the field. I've been using this for years as well. This is the first gen, and I have not had too much reason to upgrade, although I will at some point. It just has everything I need. Now, you will have recognized this on the dash of our mobile workstation. I've applied a black leatherette over the top, or this is actual leather, actually. I'm feeling it. This is actual leather. I remember now. But I've applied this over the top so it blends in seamlessly with the interior of the mobile studio, and it gives it a nice look. It's better than that pull me over red just sticking out there in the dashboard like that. And I always keep extra adapters, even though the headphones come with one. You never know. But this also has a single XLR output and direct line input for instruments and corded microphones. The knobs on here are very nice, very simple on the back. It's USB powered. I don't need extra cables. It goes out to basic line outputs. This is a solid device, and I also recommend that for anybody who spends any significant amount of time in the field, because it is a very durable device and it's small, very compact. Now, when I'm in the field and I actually need to get really user intensive in my DAW, and I need a lot of fine control, I typically go with the Akai Fire. This is specially made for FL Studio, and it plugs straight in, plug and play. It just works, and it gives me the most access to all the features that are within FL Studio, which is generally the DAW that I use mostly. Now, that is not to say that I don't have other DAWs and other tools to use those. When I'm looking to compose a little bit more, or if I'm using Ableton Live, what I tend to use or take with me is the Novation Launch Key Mini. This is the Mark II version, I believe. Forgive me, this is bad boy seen better days, but you get a fully articulating keyboard as well as a more spaced layout that's straightforward and suitable for composition. I tend to alternate these two out accordingly, and I'll put a link in the description for the newer model, because that one is definitely a bigger treat than this one. Alright guys, so that wraps up Florida as well as everything in my bag. I had to bring it back to the D so I can go ahead and show you these two setups that I got in the bag using the gear that I showed you today. Alright, but before we get into that, if you're liking this and you're getting value out of what I'm showing you, go ahead and click that like and subscribe button on whatever platform you're on. We're going to keep it mobile and we'll find you that way. well worth it. And I hope you guys got a lot of value out of this information. Be sure to check out all of our social media platforms, and including StudioSS.net in the future.